here speaking to all of you today. Firstly, I have a question. How many children do you want to have? Although I'm sure many of you already have families of your own, this is a question that every female in the world is asked at some point in their lives. Although the answers in the United States have started including lower and lower numbers. The United States birth rate has faced an all-time low of 1.6%, which has the ability to cause substantial economic changes throughout the United States. So, why is the birth rate declining? The growing disinterest in having children is becoming common in younger generations such as Gen Z and Gen Alpha due to a combination of psychological, economic, and physical factors. As a student at an all-girls private high school, I decided to get answers right from the affected audience, teenage girls. After conducting a survey out of 40 out of 400 students at the Buffalo Academy of the Sacred Heart, I found that roughly 15% didn't desire children, 10% wanting only one children, 37.5% wanting 2 children, 25% wanting 3 children, and 12.5% wanting 4 or more children. Those who didn't desire children gave the following reasons why: long-term physical effects, financial concerns, and a personal dislike of young children. So, using this data and my own research, I concluded that the 3 main factors that people are not having children in the United States is due to the penalization of mothers in the workforce, mental health concerns, and financial concerns and inabilities. Firstly is the penalization of mothers in the workforce. Women are finding that having kids hinders their ability to accomplish their career goals. The American Journal of Sociology found that women receive pay decreases of up to 5% or more once having children. This not only widens the pay gap between men and women, but the gap between working mothers versus non-mothers. This keeps young girls from wanting large families due to the fact they believe that they cannot attain both a large family and a notable career simultaneously. Next is the mental health concerns of having children. The U.S. Maternal Mental Health Allegiance Society found that 1 in 5 mothers today suffer from postpartum mental health illnesses such as PTSD, OCD, anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder. Additionally, 75% of the mothers affected are unable to find the care that they need, which not only affects them, but their families, both financially and psychologically. Next is the financial concerns. CBS News found that 23% of adults ages 18 to 43 listed that the reason they are planning to remain child-free is due to the lack of financial freedom that comes with having children, along with their concerns of not being able to financially support a child. Additionally, the United States Department of Agriculture found that on average in 2017, it costs $233,610 to raise one child. Though this doesn't concern other possible costs, such as college tuition, which is a major financial burden on both parents and children. So, if this was the cost of having a child almost 8 years ago, you can only imagine what the cost is today in the United States. So, how is this set to affect the United States economically? I found that smaller workforces and a decrease in new innovations and ideas will come about. Firstly, as our birth rates begin to decline, there will also be less new workers entering into the workforce. Therefore, less spending will also be occurring, causing a contraction of our economy. Additionally, the International Monetary Fund found that the lack of fertility equates to a lack of forward momentum in the new ideas and innovations in our society. Younger generations are the primary source of these new ideas and innovations compared to older generations who tend to stay with their same safe principles. A lack of innovation keeps the United States from creating new desirable products and exports, which causes another economic standstill, but this time from a more global standpoint. So, how can the government make having children more accessible to all of you here today? Firstly is childcare. Childcare is a massive financial burden for dual-income families who are unable to find affordable childcare and also don't have the luxury of family support. The U.S. Department of Labor found data showing that parents spend up to 16% of their income per year on childcare alone, ranging from $6,500 to $15,600 per year. Additionally, half of these families are unable to even find childcare due to the lack of space in preschools and daycares. Secondly is accessible housing and nutritional programs. CBS News conducted a study that showed that 29% of costs come from housing due to the increase in housing prices in the United States, which is specifically prevalent in states such as California and Hawaii. Additionally, they found that 18% of costs come from food, and the average family of four spends upwards of $1,000 on food per month alone. So, what I hope to leave you with today is the understanding that without our United States growing in population, our economy will be unable to thrive and prosper, and makes the goal of financial stability harder to accomplish. It is important to instill in the younger generations that not only is having a large family a blessing, but allows the United States to grow as a whole, hopefully accomplishing a more peaceful and stable society. Thank you for your time.